Welcome to Geek vs. Geek, the show where two contestants debate either side of a geek culture topic. The contestant with the most geek points at the close of round 3 is the winner. Today's topic, Android vs. iPhone. Let's meet our contestants. Contestant number 1.
So I'm Harold, and I'm coming back to Geek vs. Geek today to tell you why the Android OS is better than the Apple OS.
And now let's meet contestant number 2.
My name is Alex. I'm here on Geek vs. Geek, and I'm here to talk about why iOS is better than Android.
Let's begin round 1. Each contestant will have 1 minute to present points in favor of their side. 1 geek point is awarded for each point made.
So, the Android OS is such a better operating system because it gives you the freedom to develop your own applications. There is a plethora of stuff out there, and you can make one yourself. So, if you can't find what you want to do in the market, you can make your own. There's also multiple markets. Amazon has one, Google has their at market, and there's a plethora of other markets out there. You can also root your Android phone and do things beyond what its base capabilities. You have multiple devices, so if you don't like a particular type of phone, say you prefer Samsung over HTC, you have the option to actually go there, and it's available on every single carrier, even your prepaid and no contract carriers. So you can get it from Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Virgin Mobile, Boost. Even TracFone now has a Android device. So you can get it on any single provider, any platform, and it's everywhere. And then on top of that, the Android platform is on...
First thing is, the operating system on the Apple is much more stable. For a phone, I would prefer a phone that works instead of freezes up on me every day and having to pull the battery out and reset it like on Android. The apps are more reliable. They're monitored and they're sure to work without viruses. And if my iPhone ever breaks, I can just go to the Apple store and they'll just hand me a new one. I don't have to fight with my carrier to get my phone replaced. Software upgrades, they come out when they're ready, not before, like all the Android operating systems do, and make phones virtually useless. And way more accessories for the iPhone, much cooler stuff that you can attach to your iPhone and do cool things with. And then you don't have to worry about backwards developers stealing your credit card info off of iTunes, whereas you've got some backwards developers on Android that basically make crap apps just so they can get your credit card information.
Round 1 results. Harold earned 5 geek points, making his total 5 geek points. Alex earned 6 geek points, making his total 6 geek points. Let's begin round 2. Each contestant will have 1 minute to discredit the points made by their opponent in the first round. 1 geek point is deducted from their opponent for each point successfully discredited.
Okay, so you talk about stability in the iOS. Well, Google continuously puts out new updates to fix all those problems, and yes, when you have a phone that is across multiple platforms, you're going to have some of those issues. But the nice thing about it is you can always revert back. Once you've done an upgrade on the iOS operating system, you can't go back to the old version. It's what they say is now, and that's it. On top of that, the iPhone, they keep coming out with new ones, changing all the development and stuff like that, where you kind of get stuck in this just proprietary one wall, one hallway, and that's about it. As for application stability, I don't seem to have that many issues with mine. So there's no reason why I would take that as I've got it.
As far as making your own applications go, you can always jailbreak your iPhone and do anything you want with it. Really, there's multiple jailbreaking software programs that you can put on your iPhone. And the nice thing is now about the newest jailbreaking software is that you can actually back up your original OS, or you can just go to Apple's website and re-download iOS 5 or whatever you have on your iPhone and restore it back to its normal state, so that they'll never even know if you void your warranty on it. Whereas on Android phones, backing up the original ROM on an Android phone is nearly impossible, and once you root the phone, it pretty much overrides the actual software that's in the hardware of the phone. And you can make applications for Apple. It just depends on what kind of applications you're going to make and whether or not they're going to let you make them or not.
Round 2 results. Harold lost 4 geek points, making his total 1 geek point. Alex lost 4 geek points, making his total 2 geek points. Let's begin round 3. Each contestant will have 1 minute to redeem points discredited in the second round. 1 geek point is awarded for each point redeemed, as well as 1 geek point deducted from the opponent. The contestant with the most geek points at the close of round 3 is the winner.
So going back to making your own apps or jailbreaking your phone, first off, if you jailbreak your phone and void your warranty, now your phone is completely susceptible to those people that you were trying to avoid in the first place, stealing your credit card information, and your phone locking up and freezing up, because a lot of applications that are out there in the markets for the iPhone that you can't just download from iTunes don't work, and they're from those backwards hackers that you were talking about earlier. Then there's the right back to proprietary. It's all about Apple. And if you jailbreak your phone wrong, you carry a brick. So you got a $700 brick that you're going to carry around with you and do nothing with, and then you got to go out and buy a new one. And most of the functionality does not work on the iPhone. When you take it over to like T-Mobile from AT&T, the phone doesn't function properly, and it doesn't use the data correctly to get all of your stuff in.
Well, back to jailbreaking the iPhone. If you're going to jailbreak the iPhone, do your research first, obviously. But if you do it correctly, which isn't that hard to do, like I said, you can always go back and reinstall the original Apple iOS software, and they'll never know. So, unless you're an idiot, then you're fine as far as jailbreaking your phone. The other nice thing about jailbreaking the iPhone is it gets you into the back door of iTunes, which is still full of apps that aren't made by backwards developers, so you're still safe. You just don't have to pay for anything.
Round 3 final results. Harold redeemed 4 geek points, making his total 2 geek points. Alex redeemed 3 geek points, making his total 1 geek point. Alex, you lose. Transmission terminated. Harold, you win.
Yes, that is correct. The Android OS is the absolute best one on the market, available everywhere.
Thank you for watching Geek vs. Geek. I am your host, Evil Cat 9000.